This is not the way they planned it. The Desert Thunder sales campaign is harassed by protesters and hecklers.
The United States.
As more U.S. forces move into the Gulf, the UN Secretary General heads for Baghdad hoping for compromise. El Nino is leaving the nation's salad bowl spinning its wheels, and it will cost you 20 more green at the produce counter. And Eye on America. This could get your blood pressure up. Managed health care plans, HMOs, that can't afford to deliver what they promised you.
This is the CBS Evening News. With Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The United Nations Secretary General is heading for Baghdad looking for compromise. He said today he has, quote, a reasonable chance of success. President Clinton says he is not interested in compromise and he is not optimistic. More U.S. forces took up positions in the Gulf today for a possible air assault on Iraq. A CBS News poll out tonight indicates 77% of Americans would support a bombing mission. But most, 59%, also say the president should give diplomacy more time. CBS's David Martin reports the administration got much more than it bargained for today when it took part in an unruly, disorganized, and badly staged presentation broadcast to a worldwide television audience that included Iraq.
The president's top national security advisors went on the road to Columbus, Ohio, and ended up as props in a raucous piece of theater which must have been music to the ears of Saddam Hussein.
I would very much like to finish my statement.
The hecklers appeared to be local college students and were few in number. But questions which revealed deep misgivings about American policy were not.
The American administration has the might and the means to attack the Iraqi state, but does it have the moral right to attack the Iraqi nation?
If nobody's asking us for their help, how can you justify further U.S. aggression in the region?
Secretary of State Albright was clearly taken aback by what she called a remarkable occasion.
I really am surprised that people feel that it is necessary to defend the rights of Saddam Hussein.
You're not answering my question, Madam Albright.
Some of what they had to say was drowned out, and when they did get applause, it was hardly a ringing endorsement of military action.
We want a peaceful solution. That is the best option.
Not everyone was opposed to military action, but those who favored it wanted more than the airstrikes the administration is planning, including this old vet who said he'd lost a son in Vietnam.
You see, I have no problem with asking any one of these guys in the armed forces to stand in the gap for me now that we stood in the gap for them back then. And I want to know, are we willing to send troops in and finish this job, or are we going to do it half-assed?
Troops are being sent. Some of them left today from Fort Stewart, Georgia. But they are not going to finish the job, only to reinforce troops defending Kuwait. People seem to be getting tired of half measures.
I don't understand how a military strike by the United States is going to ensure future compliance.
Privately, one of the big three joked afterwards he remembered better protests from the 60s. Publicly, National Security Advisor Berger put the best face on what had to be an unsettling exposure to opinion outside the Beltway.
Part of what we fight for as a country is the freedom to argue. And I appreciate all of you coming. I appreciate most of you listening.
Dissent on a life and death matter such as airstrikes against Iraq is certainly to be expected. But what has to worry the Clinton administration is that today's spectacle will encourage Saddam not to give in. Dan?
Thanks, David. The television audience for this so-called town meeting included the staff at the White House. CBS's Scott Pelley reports how it played there. Scott, what about it?
Well, Dan, the town hall is being viewed widely here as a debacle. One senior administration official told me tonight it was kind of a disaster, badly scripted. Our people weren't prepared. Officials here thought they knew what to expect from the heartland. But many on the White House staff sat in their offices today and stared in disbelief as the hostile questions were met with wide applause. The whole idea behind the broadcast was to send a message to Saddam Hussein, but tonight many here at the White House are afraid that it did. Dan?
Scott, the Secretary General of the UN, Kofi Annan, is leaving for Baghdad tomorrow looking for a compromise. Is the U.S. backing his mission?
Only to a point. Annan has been warned by the president himself that compromise would lead to war, not peace.
I think I have all I need to be able to undertake this trip, and I had made it clear that the trip had to be prepared very carefully, both here and in Baghdad.
Annan is not carrying a specific peace proposal, but he is said to feel that he's under pressure from Russia, China, even the Pope, to at least try for peace. CBS News has learned that during a phone call with Mr. Clinton, Annan was warned that a compromise with Saddam would damage U.S. relations with the United Nations and result in the bombing of Iraq. The U.S. says it supports Annan's effort, but only to the extent that Iraq backs down.
They're running a huge risk if they stiff the Secretary General of the United Nations. So I believe the Secretary General feels that it's a gamble worth taking.
Annan will report back on Tuesday. In the meantime, the White House will be trying to calculate just how much damage was done by the town hall to public opinion, opinion in the Congress, and among the allies. Dan?
Our White House correspondent Scott Pelley. Trying to convince the world that it is going the extra mile to be cooperative, Iraq today let reporters look inside 3 factories that either make or could make weapons, but still no entry to the sites that are the cause of the current standoff, as we hear from CBS's Vicki Mabry in Baghdad.
The Iraqis took journalists on a tour of 3 sites, all previously searched by UN weapons inspectors known as UNSCOM, and now closely monitored by UN cameras and sensors. The Iraqis also invited the monitors to come to one of the sites today to show journalists that they cooperate with the inspectors in many areas. But the inspectors were not pleased that their day's work had become a photo opportunity. One of the factories produces parts for the limited-range missiles Iraq is still allowed to have. The other 2 are pharmaceutical laboratories, which inspectors say also could be used to manufacture deadly chemical or biological agents. But the current crisis is about another set of buildings which UNSCOM has not had access to, the so-called presidential sites. In fact, neither side can even agree on the basics: how large those sites are, how many buildings are on each one, and what those buildings are used for. The special survey team sent by the UN Secretary General has spent 3 days mapping those 8 sites. They're expected to leave tomorrow, along with 33 humanitarian aid workers. Not an evacuation, UN officials say, but a precaution in case diplomacy does not work. Vicki Mabry, CBS News, Baghdad.
Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, the impact of El Nino may soon hit you in the pocketbook at the supermarket. On Wall Street, the DJ spins a new record. Tonight's Eye on America is the HMO bait and switch and potentially deadly road rage, a new campaign trying to get drivers to calm down.
One slice, Tony.
You got it. Oh. 2 extra large pizza, 3 with pepper, 1 with mushrooms, 2 for me.
Bayer relieves the inflammation that can cause arthritis, pain, and stiffness. Tylenol can't. And taken regularly, only Bayer can help save your life by reducing the risk of a second heart attack. Ask your doctor. Bayer, powerful pain relief, and so much more. Also try Extra Strength Bayer PM, the only nighttime aspirin.
Come on, ice cream for everyone. Oh, none for me, thanks. Why? Dairy foods do a number on my stomach.
You're lactose intolerant?
Huh?
You know, gas, bloating. I get it too, but it's no problem anymore. Try this.
Lactaid Ultra. One little caplet just before eating lets you digest dairy foods easily and naturally.
Next time, let's go for milkshakes. With a little Lactaid Ultra on the side.
Lactaid Ultra. Go on, enjoy dairy again. Call 1-888-ULTRA now for a free sample.
Hello? Did you get there?
Qualcomm digital phones, a revolution in technology.
The The long arm of the El Nino weather phenomenon out in the Pacific could soon reach all the way to your supermarket and your wallet, wherever you live. Thanks to El Nino, forget about strawberry fields forever. El Nino has even stabbed the heart of artichoke country. And just wait till you see the nation's salad bowl in California. CBS's John Blackstone reports it is a soggy mess.
It wasn't raining in the Salinas Valley today. It was just muddy in the lettuce fields on the Jefferson farm. So muddy, both tractors were soon stuck axle deep. Alan Jefferson had hoped to get some work done on this rare sunny day.
Well, that's it for today. I don't know how much more planting we're going to get done.
Like farmers up and down the valley, Alan and Benny Jefferson have been battling El Nino as they try to grow the food most of the country depends on.
Lettuce, cauliflower, broccoli. This is the salad bowl of the world, where the trucks come to get the lettuce to go everywhere.
But much of the crop has been wiped out by the almost incessant rain. The Salinas Valley has already received twice as much rain as it gets in a normal year.
This cauliflower has just been, just had it.
25% of the Jefferson's cauliflower crop has been killed by all the water. Much of their lettuce is threatened. Eventually, the whole country will feel their pain.
In other words, prices are going to be higher for those of us who are buying the lettuce.
Well, we sure hope so, if they help us out so we can pay for what we're not having here.
It's a story repeated up and down the valley, an array of hardship brought on by the weather. Other problems for other farmers.
It's been too wet for anything to be effective, so we are seeing quite a bit of rodent damage in the artichokes.
Shortages at the supermarket are now all but certain, with crop damage in California already passing $65 million and growing with each new storm. This lettuce field was planted about 3 weeks ago. By now it should be a delicate color of green with small lettuce plants popping up every inch and a half or so. But instead there are big gaps. Right here, at least a half dozen tiny lettuce plants are missing, victims of the rain, hail, and wind of El Nino. John Blackstone, CBS News, Salinas, California.
A $200 million Air Force B-1B bomber crashed and exploded in pieces today in rural western Kentucky. The 4 crewmen bailed out and survived. Some B-1Bs have been sent to the Persian Gulf, but this one was on a training flight from Dyess Air Force Base in Texas and was not carrying weapons. This is the 6th B-1B crash since the plane entered service in 1984. In the CBS Worldwide Market Watch, no end to the trend that has inflation running low to no. The government says wholesale prices plunged 0.7% the first month of this year. Main reason, the biggest drop in energy prices since the end of the Gulf War. Imports also helped. Stock prices are going the other way. The Dow is up 7% on the year. It broke the 8,400 mark today, 6 record highs in 6 days.
You know, this new Maxwell House decaf is good.
That's going to be a problem. See, if decaf tastes this good, people are going to think we brought them the wrong stuff.
I never thought of that.
Gas? Bloating? Need relief that's Phazyme Fast?
Yes.
Get new Maximum Strength Phazyme, now with 33% more medicine in each pill. Relieve gas, Phazyme Fast. More medicine, fast relief, Phazyme.
You've got it handled. The quick and nimble DeVille with the North Star system. DeVille, for the time of your life.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and this is my very own Gateway commercial.
Hello, welcome to South Dakota.
If you want to buy a computer, call my mom. She's right back here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Sierra.
She knows a lot about computers, and she's really nice.
Pentium 2 processor and monitor for under $2,000.
She really is nice.
You betcha.
You should call my mom.
Gateway computers feature Intel Pentium 2 processors. Give us a call. You've got a friend in the business.
Coming up on our 6 o'clock report, a B-1B bomber crashes in Kentucky. We'll have live reports coming up on our 6 o'clock news.
Our CBS News poll tonight has new findings about public reaction to the alleged Clinton-Monica Lewinsky connection. 71% say they closely follow news about it. 65% say it is not important for the public to know the relationship details. And 74% say they personally don't want to know more. Well, Special Prosecutor Ken Starr showed again today how far he'll go to find out more, right to the president's closest aide and confidant. As CBS's Bill Plant reports now. Bill?
Dan, that would be Bruce Lindsay, one of the president's oldest pals and buddies from Arkansas. And CBS News has learned that for the first time in this investigation, the question of executive privilege came up today in the conversation and interrogation of Lindsay. It was not formally invoked. Executive privilege can only be invoked by a president, and it holds that the advice a president gets from his staff is confidential and private. Sources with knowledge of the situation say that prosecutors had begun to ask Lindsay about discussions he held with the president and the president's advisors, information the White House may claim is privileged. Lindsay returned to the grand jury late in the day and told reporters as he left that he might have to come back. He refused to answer any questions about his testimony. Monica Lewinsky's mother, Marcia Lewis, was also scheduled to appear before the grand jury, but sent her attorney instead to tell the judge that his client was still unsettled by her appearance last week.
She was emotionally overwhelmed and distraught. Her physical and emotional condition has not changed from that date, and she's been excused from appearing here today. She remains under subpoena, but she will not be here today.
Some of the president's friends announced today that they have set up a new legal defense for him. Unlike the last one, which was forced to close for want of voluntary contributions, the new defense fund will be able to solicit donations of up to $10,000 per person per year. The Clintons are $3.2 million in legal debt. Dan?
Bill Plant at the White House. The investigation of dirty money in campaign fundraising led to a criminal indictment today. Democratic fundraiser Maria Shaw was charged in connection with those California Buddhist temple events that proved so embarrassing to Vice President Gore. Gore says he was unaware that they were fronts for what turned out to be illegal fundraisers. In Fort Worth, Texas, officials say jailed former Navy midshipman Diane Zamora is in good condition after apparently trying to take her own life. Zamora was convicted yesterday and sentenced to life for the 1995 murder of a romantic rival. In her apparent suicide attempt, Zamora reportedly used a sharp object, possibly a razor blade, to cut her arm.
You're not eating oatmeal?
This is oatmeal.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's toasted oatmeal. Toasted, crunchy.
You're putting the oatmeal in the toaster?
No, I don't toast the oatmeal. Quaker toasts the oatmeal. Quaker toasted oatmeal.
It's pre-toasted.
Quaker toasted oatmeal. Delicious flakes of toasted oatmeal with crunchy clusters of honey-sweetened oats. It's your other oatmeal.
They should call this Quaker Tasty Oatmeal.
We'll write a letter.
Play the Quaker Academy Awards game. Win a trip to Hollywood or one of 10,000 other prizes from Planet Hollywood.
You won!
Pizza Hut dares anyone to find a better pizza.
Oh, really?
Papa John just couldn't resist the challenge. He commissioned independent taste tests. Papa John's won big time. Maybe that's because our sauce is made with fresh-packed, vine-ripened tomatoes. Pizza Hut uses remanufactured paste.
Anybody can claim to make a better pizza, but it's you, the consumer, who've decided. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Try our Papa's Choice. That's a large pizza with your choice of up to 5 toppings for just $9.99.
How much younger do you want to look? The choice is yours when you get rid of gray gradually with Grecian Formula 16. Just comb in this clear liquid, and day by day, Grecian Formula replaces gray with natural-looking color. So you decide exactly how much gray you want to lose. Stop and leave a little gray, or keep going till you lose all the gray. You decide with Gradual Grecian, now in a new hair-thickening formula for extra body, shine, and manageability.
It feels strong and dependable, but also exhilarating and unexpectedly fresh. Fix It and Fresh. A stronger, longer hold. Combined with a crisp, cool sensation. Dependable, yet refreshing. One great combination. Fix It and Fresh, and forget it.
If Nagano had a yen to host the Olympics, they also had the yen to host the Olympics. How Nagano turned Japanese yen into Olympic gold. Sunday on 60 Minutes.
The drivers say they can't help themselves, that something takes over when they get behind the wheel. Today, the American Automobile Association opened a campaign to try to calm road rage. Ultra-aggressive driving that's blamed for more than 200 deaths since 1990 alone. CBS's Cheryl Atkinson has the latest on road rage.
This fatal case of road rage started over a spilled drink. One driver became enraged when a car forced him to brake and spill his coffee. So he forced that driver into oncoming traffic. There's been a stunning 51% increase in road rage incidents in just 5 years. Carol Rodriguez hardly seems the type, but says she was a road warrior.
I blame the other drivers. I thought, well, you know, I want to move, and the guy in front of me is going too slowly. And that's the way I saw it.
So she signed up for a class that gives hot-headed drivers an attitude adjustment. But most aggressive drivers, like Carlos Davila, aren't seeking help.
I just like to drive fast aggressive because young, plus you look cool.
So police are offering their own brand of assistance. Last year, Fairfax County, Virginia police handed out 60,000 aggressive driving tickets in just 4 weeks. There will be a new crackdown this spring. And today, the American Automobile Association launched a new public awareness campaign. And AAA is piping its safety message directly into cars, a message that asks, what if people always behaved as rudely as they do when they drive?
Hey, pal, you cut in line.
Buzz off.
Oh, yeah? That'll teach you to cut in line, you jerk.
Stop the senselessness of road rage.
Carol Rodriguez still gets behind slow cars and may get honked at, but she no longer tries to retaliate.
Well, I noticed there's a full couple of car lengths between you and the car in front of you.
Well, I never get close to a driver ahead of me because people get very angry when they're tailgated.
Spoken like a truly reformed aggressive driver. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
Where are you from?
No road rage for this Voyager, just a cosmic milepost. Voyager 1, the planet-exploring satellite NASA launched more than 20 years ago, has now passed beyond all the planets in our solar system, and it is still going. It is now officially the most far-flung human-made object ever in the universe, 6.5 billion miles from Earth, and just in case any aliens stumble across it, Voyager 1 is loaded with data about humankind, including, of course, these proud pictures of the kids. Next up, Eye on America. Some down-to-earth worries about your health care.
Today, people of all ages are out there doing, refusing to give in to the aches and pains of life because of an advanced medicine called Advil. The relief is glorious. Advil works fast, right at the site of arthritis pain, stopping it where it starts. Arthritis to muscle aches to headaches. Advil relieves all kinds of pain. Advil simply lets people do what they love to do.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Just 1 Prilosec capsule daily can provide 24-hour acid control. Prilosec is not for everybody. Only your doctor can decide if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. To learn more, call this number, ask your doctor or pharmacist, or see our Life magazine ad. Want 24-hour acid control with just 1 daily capsule? Ask your doctor about Prilosec.
I don't have to worry about denture odor anymore. I switched to the new Polygrip Ultra Fresh because it controls denture odor. Polygrip Ultra Fresh holds my denture in tight. Now with the new Polygrip Ultra Fresh, I can bite into an apple and not worry about denture odor.
Once you see satellite TV, you gotta have it. The picture, the sound, all the channels. Thing is, which one do you get? I got Primestar. Know why? Primestar is the only company that stands behind their satellite system with a risk-free guarantee. If I've got a problem, I'm covered. Plus, Primestar was ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power & Associates. Primestar. Every decision in life should be this easy.
Primestar Satellite TV. It's that good. Call 1-800-PRIMESTAR or visit your local Radio Shack.
Tonight's Eye on America is an investigation into the growing ranks of managed healthcare plans. Increasingly, many of them promise you more than they can afford to deliver. Kaiser, the biggest and oldest HMO, is the latest to report huge losses. Now, some HMOs are out with new ads saying they're better than the rest. Should you believe it? Listen to the people CBS's Wyatt Andrews met.
The promise faded like the mist in the Carolina dawn. Sign up for the Blue Cross HMO. County workers in Jackson County, North Carolina were told, and you can use the local hospital, Harris Regional.
This is the only hospital in this county. This is our hospital. We don't.
But the HMO's promise, says County Commissioner Jay Coward, did not last beyond the sign-up.
After the enrollment period was closed and the choices had been made by the employees, the insurance company then said, we're revoking the hospital and the doctors.
So workers like Susie Nicholson, instead of using a hospital 2 miles away, now drive more than 20.
It's a lot of stress. It's it's time consuming. You just can't be gone from work all that time.
How would you describe it? Bait and switch. That's what you call it? That's right.
And Jackson County is not the only place where HMOs are backtracking.
It was too good to be true, I guess.
Literally?
Yes.
Mary Magnani, a New Jersey retiree, says the premium on her Medicare HMO rose from $0 to almost $50 a month in January. Benefits like prescription drugs and free eyeglasses vanished.
Do you think that they overpromised?
Yes, I do. I wouldn't go into another HMO because I feel that they're probably all going to do the same thing, give you one price and then up it.
The day of financial reckoning for the HMO industry has arrived. After years of soaring profits and explosive growth, last year half of the nation's HMOs lost money. This year, patients are facing benefit cuts, rate hikes, or both.
We'll see over time all of them raising their rates. That's pretty clear.
Diane Archer follows HMOs for the Medicare Rights Center in New York. She says for years, HMOs engaged in a competitive frenzy, signing up patients under impossibly generous terms.
Offer a lot for a little, for a low cost, and you'll get a lot of people in.
But last year, Archer says, treating all those people cost the HMOs too much.
They haven't been able to tell us no as often as they'd like. They haven't been able to restrict our access to doctors as much as they'd like. The way they address that is by raising our premiums, taking away our additional benefits.
Which is partly what happened with Blue Cross of North Carolina.
We made a mistake.
Blue Cross spokesman Bill Bennington says the HMO regrets if any county workers were misled, but the plan lost money last year, he says, and when Harris Regional refused to cut its fees, the HMO had to walk away.
Most HMOs in this country are losing money. Why are they losing money? Because of medical costs. If we sign a contract with a hospital at their current rates, we have only one choice if we want to sell a managed care policy, and that is to raise the rates.
Which means this year, HMOs already under fire for low-budget health care are under even greater pressure to cut costs. And low premiums, the HMO's main selling point, are disappearing like the Carolina haze. In Silva, North Carolina, Wyatt Andrews for Eye on America.
And that's part of our world tonight. Tomorrow on this broadcast, surprising new research. These mice may hold the key to changing your body's chemistry to prevent weight gain and obesity. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. Good night.
Experience CBS News.
It felt sort of like a small earthquake.
It was just this huge explosion. Like I thought it was a bomb. It was just like a boom.
People on the ground thought the world was coming to an end.
A B-1 bomber fell out of the sky, and tonight, this is all that's left.
From the News Channel 5 network, this is a special edition of News Channel 5 at 6. The B-1B bomber crash.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Clark.
And I'm Vicki Yates.
Witnesses say it sounded like a sonic boom. Our top story tonight, a B-1 bomber falls from the sky in western Kentucky.